Welcome to Snag, the home of new build inspections.
So guys, we're in the entrance hall. We're going to start inside today on this inspection. A couple of things we need to look at. We're looking for the general quality of the space. We're looking at the installation of the front door, areas of damage, general operation. We're then going to check the doors. We've got a door into the downstairs toilet and we've got a door going into the integral garage. Now this is a fire door, so it's absolutely crucial that we ensure that it's compliant and it is installed correctly, and that's something I do know a lot about. So I've got trusty socket tester, we've got a laser to check the reveals, and we've got our trusty level. So let's get into it and we'll show you some of the issues that we may find. Okay guys, so we've only got some minor items in this entrance hall, which is fantastic. You can see we've got some paint on the frame, on the hinges. We just need to improve that a little bit. Same down here, let's just clean that frame. Tested the sockets. Got no issues there. The switch plate is scratched. This needs to be replaced, unfortunately. This is a faulty spiral. Don't really need a spiral looking at an integral garage in my opinion, but it's faulty, so if it's in there it may as well work. We need to take the protection off the smoke detection. If we turn the lights out, you can see we've got paint build up to them spotlights, same as the smoke detection, so we need to clean that off just to make it look a lot more presentable. The downstairs toilet, I've just inspected this, it's actually looking pretty good. Again, we've got some really minor decorative improvements which will just sweeten the area. You can see this paint application, it's been poorly prepared. We've got a split on this end. Just little bits that can just make it look a little bit neater. We've got some missing grout, as I'm sure you can see. But all in all, not a bad start to the inspection. So we now move into the living space and we'll get into this. You can see the customer's choice of tiles are looking pretty cool. But yeah, let's get into this. We can see what we can find. Okay guys, so we're going to start inspecting the lounge now. Different things to look at. Need to check all the electrical outlets, make sure that everything's working correctly. We're looking for paint on any of the spotlights. This property's got spotlights within the lounge as well as a central light switch. We're going to check the floors and make sure that they're within tolerance, and we're looking for just the general finish, obviously, of the wall surfaces, the ceiling and the woodwork. We're then going to check the two windows inside of the lounge, making sure that everything works correctly, works the way it should, check the locks, and also just see if there's any like paint build-up and that needs to be cleaned off. So we're going to get into this and show you our findings. Okay, so checking out some of the issues inside the lounge, you can see we've got more decorative finish to the doors. Moving around, you can see that we've got paint application. It's like overspray really to the UPVC frames. There's residue all over the show. You can see it again here. So it just needs to be better presented and cleaned up. An improvement of the decorative finish on the window boards. You can see that this socket plate is actually twisted and distorted. A few little decorative issues here or there around the area. Turn the lights off. You can see paint application on the light fittings. This is quite minor stuff. So this is what we would class as typical snagging within the space. Nothing too serious. We've checked the walls, we've checked the floor, nothing to write home about, which is exactly what we want. And we move into the kitchen. So checking out some of the issues inside the kitchen that we found. Little discrepancy there. Might be difficult to see this on the camera, but basically the return angle, on this section and here, it's kind of been set off at the wrong angle. So this should line through and it's almost got like a double angle. Looks quite poor in person. To get around that, they've actually really bent the architrave because they're trying to recover it at the top. So that doesn't look fantastic. Crouching down again might be difficult to see, but some of the handles are not offset correctly. Looking down, can see this really rough cut on display around the plinth heater. Should have been cut from the opposite side just to improve the appearance. Looking at these two handles, you can see we've measured them. They're about 7mm off. They're just not aligned at all. Looks really poor and needs to be adjusted. We've got some works that needs to be complete here. This will be for your microwave. Need to get rid of the cover. We've got some poor finishing around the spotlights. This needs to be improved, quite an easy fix. And apart from that, not a whole lot of other crazies. Unfortunately, on the French door, we've got some large scratches to the glazing panels, just on two of them, but unfortunately, they will now need to be replaced. Looking inside the utility, we're missing a receiver on the door. If we look here, this door is binding, so this needs to be eased slightly. Some minor decorative repairs just to improve the area. Removal of paint on any ironmongery. We shouldn't be seeing any paint anywhere. And yeah, that's it for this space. So we now make our way up the dancers. Okay, so I've just finished the inspection on basically the full upstairs. So rather than doing it room by room, I'm just going to walk you around, show you the different kind of issues that we've found. There's been a few, nothing too serious, but a few crafty ones. I think you'll like this, so let's get into it and have a look. Firstly, we've got multiple handprints all over the wall surfaces. We just need to tidy that up for the homeowner. As we move up, you can see we're seeing it a lot in this property. We've got a lot of paint build up to that UPVC. We need it cleaned off and improved. You can see we've got some dried decorator's cork up the stair string that's not been cut in. We've got indentations to the woodwork that have not been filled prior to decorations. This needs a bit of improvement. You can see some paint runs on the newels. And just the general finish, it's not the worst I've seen, but it's really coarse in areas, and it's not fantastic, unfortunately. We've got paint build up to all the switch plates. This needs to be improved. And as we move into the bathroom, so this particular issue takes a bit of an eye to see. Let's see if we can catch it with a camera. Can you see almost like the fleur on the bath edge? There we go. Or here. And here. You can actually hear the difference. Normal bath. Feel this coarse finish, and that's because this has had a professional repair, and it has here as well, but unfortunately the repair isn't fantastic. So the surface area all around it is actually presented a coarse finish, and it's flashing. So we're going to have to either get someone better to repair the bath or get a better finish on it, otherwise the bath may need to be replaced. Would you find it acceptable on your brand new bath? I mean, how long's that going to last before it starts staining? Looking down at this section, you can see where the floor finish ends, and we've got this gap to the rear. Now this is situated right near the shower screen, so we're obviously going to get water pooling down the side, which could potentially damage this area of flooring. So that needs to be looked at and addressed. We've got a missing door stop, so you can then see the connection with the door handle. Moving into the ensuite, I'll have to explain this one because it can be difficult to show you. The basin tap has been piped up wrong, so we've got hot to cold, cold to hot. We've got some poor sealant in areas. This needs to be improved. And again, moving with the plumbing, the shower will not allow any cold water to run through. So no matter how we control that shower bar, it is piping hot. So obviously this needs to be sorted immediately, because the customer who's already got the keys, it's been moved in, it's not been moved in, it's been handed over. So ultimately they can't use this shower because it is stifling hot. Hey guys, this may be quite difficult to believe. So we've got the Fleur E6 out, we're set up, we're just doing a basic thermal scan of the property, checking the heating efficiency, the central heating, and check this out. They have only plumbed the toilet into the hot water. How expensive are them flushes? Absolutely outrageous. Well, we've seen it all. And just to show you the difference, as we move through, that's what we normally like to see. Insane, needs to be sorted. We have a lot of standard items that we find, screw pops, decorative issues. This is really basic snagging that we find in all the properties that we inspect. We always note this area when we see it, so you always find that sections of the flooring have been cut out, and this is to allow the passage of plasterboard. This does produce a bit of a weak area. I know it gets fixed, but for me, we always note this area, because if we start having areas that start to creak and present issues later down the line, then we can revert back to the snag inspection report that highlights that work has been undertaken in that area. So yeah, we're complete on the inside now. We're going to move to the externals, and let's get to it. Okay guys, so we're moving outside now. It's absolutely blowing a gale, so it might sound a little bit distorted, but we'll get to it, see what we can find, and we'll show you around. Okay, so as you can see on the front elevation here, if we look up, you can see paint all over the brickwork. It's really poorly presented. This is all going to need to be cleaned off. Got a bit of a render discrepancy there, and you can see the paving. It's absolutely covered. Needs to be completely improved. We need a brick clean here just to improve the presentation of the front elevation. You can see we have more of this around the front edge. We've got infills on the render required. It needs to be cleaned. Presentation's got to be improved. We've got to finish off the driveway. Moving around, you can see we've got more areas where it's just absolutely filthy. It's not the best detail between the render bead and the brick detail. This could definitely be improved. Move further around the property. We've checked the brickwork levels, and not too bad. There's a couple of areas where you can see the lifts. You might be able to see this area here where we can see the exchange. There's a bit of a lip in there. See a discrepancy. Needs to be sorted. We've only got 2 fixings in the vent covers. Mortar discrepancy here on the soldier course detail. This junction is cracked. We've got missing caps to the hinges. So we've got a whole host of issues on here. To the rear garden, we've got large section of stone still in the area. The inspection chambers are loose and need to be secured down. Moving down the side of the property, you'll see this inspection chamber completely loose, needs to be secured down. We've got protection still on the window frames. This needs to be removed. So we're just about to leave. We always do plumbing tests. I filled this up earlier, just about to drop it as I was about to leave. My goodness, let's get this dried up quick. But how am I the person finding that if the customer has got the keys to the property? Insane. Okay guys, so we've just finished up now at the Eccleston Homes property. It was a 4-bedroom detached. I'll find out the house type later, just so we can put that on. But there was 189 issues. I must admit the externals wasn't fantastic, and towards the end you could see there was just a lot of areas that needed improvement. You got to remember that front elevation especially is absolutely crucial. To look as perfect as possible. It's going to be the thing that helps you sell the property in years to come, because it's all about that curb appeal, isn't it? So there's a little bit of work to be done there, so that was a little bit disappointing. The plumbing, obviously, we see with a couple of things that we found that we probably shouldn't have been finding, should we? But we did. So some things like that need to be
sorted out for the homeowner, and moving forward just tying together all the other issues that we found. And I've spoke with the homeowner. He's delighted with the survey that we've undertaken. We've just had a detailed discussion. He's not looked at the report yet, but he's already pleased with the findings. So yeah, really good, really positive. And I believe we'll have a great outcome for the homeowner. So we moved on to the next one. I shall see you soon, and like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be doing heaps of these, every single house type. It's going to be a lot more informative than just the standard snagging videos that you see. So yeah, please like and subscribe, please, and we'll see you soon.